Yeah, Labor in Victoria has got $12,000 fines if you don't open your gate to transmission line projects, which farmers are filthy about and they keep protesting about. I don't pretend to understand AI. I probably should do some more work on it. The Productivity Commission has released this report on AI, estimating it could inject $116 billion into the Australian economy. Treasurer Jim Chalmers has welcomed the report, claiming AI will, quote, be a game changer for our economy. Here he is.
There's the let it rip crowd. There's the people who pretend that we can turn back the clock, that none of this is happening, pull the doona over the head. Or there's our approach, which is a sensible middle path, which recognises the big economic upside of artificial intelligence without forgetting that our primary responsibility is to people and workers.
Jamie, I'm not sure he'd be saying that if he was one of those thousands of people who are going to lose their jobs because of AI.
Well, Steve, I think AI is like any technology that we've seen throughout the decades, that as things improve, that unfortunately jobs are lost, but at the same time, new jobs are also created. To that article that you just showed before, that yes, over the next decade, our economy is likely to see a boost of $116 billion, but also productivity is expected to increase by 4.3%. I like AI, and I think it's certainly got some incredible tools, and the smarter it gets, the more that you can use it for. The one concern that I have regarding the Albanese government and something like AI ahead of this productivity roundtable is just ensuring that they don't give the unions the power to be able to oversee what businesses can and can't do when it comes to investment with AI. We don't want to see tougher IR laws around that space. And also today it was quite well documented just about the whole copyright laws issues and making sure that these big tech companies are paying for the use of your poetry or your songs you might have written, because while they're training the AI tools, they're using all of this data from around the globe. So just trying to find a balance between strengthening our copyright laws just to ensure that all your work is continue to be used and making sure that we protect those content creators. But we also want to ensure that we're not putting too much red tape around the industry, because we don't want Australia to get left behind as the world is using this, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon, Steve. It's just going to keep getting bigger and bigger. So you need to go and download the ChatGPT app.
Well, James, as one of those content creators, I mean, the thing that worries me is AI comes along, just scoops up all the material that people, you know, I write for the Herald Sun newspaper. The News Limited pours huge amounts of money into producing papers on a daily basis. They pay me to write a column. AI just comes along and all of these other big social media companies and just rips it off. And, you know, we don't get paid a cent for it.
No, that's exactly right. And people are already doing that. You can actually do that today. I don't want to give trade secrets away, but there are kids already not buying subscriptions to certain newspapers and getting that content for free by using it. The other thing about AI is it's extraordinarily hungry when it comes to energy. So, again, it goes to the heart of the energy transition. It's never going to meet the needs of a developing AI. I had a high school principal when I was much younger, Steve, who said to my parents when I hit grade 8, because they were very convinced I had to go into a particular trade at that time, and that headmaster said by the time he finishes grade 12, there will be jobs in the future that we have never heard of today by the time he graduates grade 12. And that was very true. We're going to see the same thing progress at a rapid rate for kids that are only entering school age now. By the time they hit high school, we can't imagine the types of jobs that will still require that human injection rather than artificial intelligence.
Yeah, my teacher wrote in my report card that I was a busybody and needed to mind my own business, so I went out and became a journalist, which probably worked out fairly well in the end. Jamie, James, thank you very much for joining us. We'll see you again next week as I continue to fill in for Peter. Coming up after the break, he's the man of words, Kel Richards, plenty of them to get through tonight.